I think an air purifier used to be what we called kind of a luxury item, but now it is an essential item. Well, thanks to Hunter, it is also affordable to get a complete air purification system. This is a true HEPA. This is their tall tower air purification system. Now, why do I call it a pure system? Well, not only does it have that true HEPA filter, when it comes to HEPA, that is the highest rating you can get. It's high efficiency particle air. It's very stringent to try to get that rating. This is true HEPA. But before all of that in the air even reaches that true HEPA filter, there is a coconut carbon pre-filter with EcoSilver. So those large particles are going to be collected by that pre-filter, and that's going to inhibit the growth of microorganisms, the mold, the bacteria. It's even going to pull some of that moisture out of the air. So the dust, the pollen, the pet dander, the smoke, the dust mites, the mold spores, the things that we cannot see, but you do feel. You wake up in the morning, you or the kids or the grandkids, and you feel it. It is floating around in your air. This Hunter Tall Tower air purification system is gonna scrub that air out for you and clean it out. There is multiple modes. There is multiple speeds. It's totally customizable, and you get to choose your color. What you're seeing right here, the black is next to me. You also have that gray in the middle and that white. I just presented these recently, and I know we are limited on a couple of these colors. So if you see something that's gonna fit into the decor, I would, oh, it's the black. Okay, the black has fewer than 500 in the black. If you have your eye on that, I would grab that now. So if you take a look at your screen, you're gonna see that you're saving $20 right off the top of $119.99. 5 flexible payments of $24. So $24 is all you would have to put down today for us to ship this out to you. Speaking of shipping, we are gonna cover the shipping and handling costs so you can get this in your home. Here at HSN, we give you at least 30 days to try this out. Get this in your home for an entire month. See if you don't feel the difference, if you don't smell the difference, maybe even you see the difference. There's not as much dust around. Get this home and give it a try, and give your lungs a break, and everyone in your family's lungs a little bit of a break, and clean out that air. I would love to bring in our guest now. Joining us from her home, Tracy Rosa is here with us this morning. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, Ty. And actually, we're not from my home. I'm on vacation in Western New York. I'm in Chautauqua, New York. So yeah.
And you can take your Hunter with you. That's, okay. That's a great idea.
You know me. Too much information, Tracy, right? This is a game changer because I'm from Florida, so I'm not used to all of the dust, dirt, dander, all of the different types of things up here that are driving my sinuses and my allergies crazy.
Right.
So this is like a game changer for me and my family because, like I said, we're not used to this kind of stuff up here. So yes, I go with my air purifier, travel with my air purifier, and this is the one to get because this is, again, our tall tower. So why Hunter? Why this unit? Why this model? Well, first and foremost, like you said, this is a filtration system. It is not just a true HEPA filter. It's not just a EcoSilver pre-filter. It's two of the best pieces of technology combined in one unit. First, look at the size of that. I mean, it's a huge filter right here. Okay, so it's going to get 99.97% of the particulates out of the air. So those things that, like I said, make your eyes, your nose run and your eyes water, it's going to get rid of 99.97% of the stuff. Okay, so it's going to hit that pre-filter. Your air goes through that pre-filter. It inhibits the growth of microorganisms. Microorganisms are live viruses, bacteria, live airborne spores. Hit that pre-filter and it stops growing. They stop growing, okay? Also, that pre-filter, Ty, is gonna get rid of odors in the air as well. So if you have, like you said, I heard you earlier, you say you burn more than you cook. I'm in that same club as well. So, if the house is full of smoke because we burnt some fish or, Brussels sprouts or whatever, this is going to take care of those odors. And this is the stuff I'm talking about, that true HEPA filter. Dust, dirt, dander, pollen, all of that pet dander, smoke particles. It's going to get rid of all of that in your air as well. So you literally are going to be cleaning the freshest, cleanest air. And that's what we do. We breathe 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's the one thing that we don't stop doing. And we want to make sure what we're breathing is very clean and pure. And if, the last year taught us anything, is always be prepared for, the unpredictable. And our air is really one of the most important things that we can take care of.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's a really good point. You know, we talk about filtering our water, cleaning the surfaces, all of these things, but we're breathing constantly. And while we're sleeping, we're taking these big, deep breaths. Are you scrubbing and cleaning the air? What are you doing for your lungs and the nasal passages and all of that? A lot of us, look, I'll admit, I was one of them who didn't really think about it. I just woke up with this feeling and thought, well, that's just how things go. And then we start to learn more and more, and we realize, well, maybe we need an air filtration system. And then we start looking on the market, and they're $350 and $250. Well, now you can get it today for $119.99. Again, those 5 flexible payments, 24 bucks. Get it home, give it a try. Again, if within 30 days, for some reason, it doesn't fit into your life, you can send it back, no questions asked. But I ask that you get this home and give this a try to clean out that air. Also, some of those other air purifiers out there, a couple of things I want to point out. You might see the HEPA name, but look closely, because they want to pretend that they are HEPA, but they won't. They'll be HEPA light or HEPA-like or kind of HEPA, because to get that HEPA certification, it is a stringent process. It is difficult. The criteria is very difficult to be true HEPA. This true HEPA. And if you are going to get an air purification system, which I highly recommend you do, get the best. Get that true HEPA. Get that carbon pre-filter with EcoSilver that inhibits the growth of that mold and that bacteria. You're gonna turn it on and you're gonna kind of forget it. If you do wanna change the speeds, there is a sleep mode, all of those settings, those really easy touch settings on the top. But let's put it to the test. It's one of my favorite things to say is, hey, put it to the test. I'm gonna walk around back here because we have our smoke chamber set up here. So I wanna show you, I'm gonna flip it on. So first, take a look at what it looks like right now. This is a demonstration that we do together so we can actually see it. A lot of this stuff you cannot see. Right? Have you ever smelt smoke before you can see smoke? That's because the particles are so small. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna flip this on real quick. So again, all of these things in the air that we cannot see. That's why sometimes it's difficult to think about that. We feel it, but we don't see it. You immediately, I want you to see how that smoke is swirling around there. Look how strong that is. Look how quickly that is moving. And remember, those large particles in the air are being caught by that pre-filter before they even get to that true HEPA filter, which makes that true HEPA filter last so much longer. And within, what was that, less than 30 seconds, look at the clarity in our smoke chamber. Take a look at that, what that true HEPA filter, what that Hunter filter has just done. So today, again, you have 3 colors to choose from. We're very limited in the black. We're taking $20 off the top right now, $119.99 to get this home, whatever room you put it in. And as Tracy showed us, look, Tracy, I think, went on vacation just to show us that you could travel with us. Thank you, Tracy. That was so kind of you to go on vacation to show us that.
Well, I am actually in my parents' home in Western New York for their summer home, and again, this is a staple. We have to have it up here because we're Floridians and we are not used to the different stuff in the air up here. You know, whether it's in the trees or in the grass or whatever. When we come up, we have like a nice little curve. You know, we have to like get adjusted, but the air inside of our home is actually dirtier than the air outside. And I think that people have a hard time wrapping their brain around that because they're like, well, I keep a very clean home. There's no way that the air is, you know, dirtier inside. But think about it, especially right now, so many of us are getting hit with those heat waves. So we're locking everything in, we're turning the air conditioning on. So all of that stuff is just settling into our carpets, our floors, our sofas, all of that, you know, so that again is irritating our allergies. And again, we take it for granted, the air that we breathe. Like I said, I'm up here in Western New York, Ty. We have to take water samples to the health department to get it tested for stuff in the water to see whether or not it's safe to drink. So we end up getting like bottled water to make sure that we're drinking with bottled water. Right. And think about that. So many people don't drink unfiltered water. We're really focused on what type of water we drink.
Yeah, right.
Why don't we have the same level of concern when it comes to the air that we breathe?
That's a great point. Speaking of water, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to show you, this is a little demonstration. This is a little way just to kind of, because we can't see what's in the air, this is just to kind of show you. I want you to take a look at these 2 glasses of water. This one represents, okay, you would never You would
Right.
never drink this, right? But Tracy, this represents what's in our air if we've not filtered it. If we don't have a true HEPA filter, this represents what it would look like. This is the water that we drink. Why? Because we filter it, because it goes through a filtration system. And the air does the same thing, but you need a filtration system in your home. As I said before, it was a luxury item. It is now an essential item. And I also want to point out too, this is a low energy consumption item. Some of those other air filters out there, read the fine print, they just soak up that energy, and all of a sudden your energy bill goes up and you can't imagine why. This is a low energy consumption item, which is great for the power that it does. But that is just to represent how we feel about our water. It is the same exact thing with the air. And today, so this sale price won't last. I encourage you to pick this up today. Those 5 flexible payments won't last, and the free shipping. So for 24 bucks, you can get this home, give it a try, and you know what? I'm gonna walk right back over, I'm gonna flip the switch again, because I just think the proof is in the pudding, right? When you see it happen, right, Tracy? When we can see this happen, we can see what we've set up here, it makes a lot of sense. You immediately see how quickly that air is moving. Hunter, you know them from their fans. It was the first time I learned about Hunter. They're experts in moving the air, right? They say traditional craftsmanship with modern technology, and their modern technology is now not only moving the air, but cleaning the air with a complete filtration system. If you're going to get an air purifier, do not just get one, A, that is not true HEPA, B, that is just one filter. Get a complete filtration system. Get it home for $24. This smoke chamber is already completely clean, and you can take a look right there. And really, Tracy, you can put it in any room you want. It's whisper quiet, and it's gonna turn over, and this is what's amazing to me, Tracy. It turns over the air multiple times an hour, not multiple times a day, an hour.
No, let's take a look at that right here. Okay, so if you're asking yourself, is this the right size for my house? So let's go ahead and say a 20 by 20 room, okay? So that's 400 square feet. That is going to turn the air over. This air purifier will turn it over 2.5 times an hour on low. So if you have a bigger room, it will still do the job. It'll just maybe do it 1 time an hour, which is fine, because if you keep it on low, it's 24 times a day. Or if you have a smaller room, let's say, it'll go ahead and turn it multiple times over an hour. So this is what we love so much about this unit. Again, I only have 45 seconds. Let's talk about why this is different. You have your choice of air purifiers, but you do not have your choice of true HEPA filter and our exclusive EcoSilver technology. The combination of those two give you exactly what you need for you and your family. It inhibits the growth of microorganisms, which are live spores in the air, and then that true HEPA filter, again, gets rid of the dust, dirt, dander, and those things that make our eyes water and our nose run. This is that perfect combination: sleek, modern design, digital, easy to the touch, easy to use. You go ahead, press one button, it turns it on. You take it out of the box, you plug it in, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. I suggest grabbing some extra filters because, like I said, you never know what your air is like where you are. And the machine tells you when it's time to address those filters.
Right, and just as Tracy said, it's not just the stuff in the air, but maybe it's the cooking odors, and it's the hairspray and the nail polish and whatever you're cleaning your carpets with and all that. Tracy, have a lovely time there with your family. It's always lovely to see you. 680-922. I would grab one of these. You will see the difference. You will feel the difference. Let's continue talking about cleaning this hour. Now I have